on campus Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN starting September 4th. That will air throughout the college football season. Taylor, what more can you tell us? I'd imagine this is going to be a very...
All right, let's listen to those.
Yeah, this will be absolutely buttoned up. Probably the most professional production anybody's ever seen in their entire life. Just imagine this. If the leaves are falling in the fall, you go to your favorite local watering hole, you belly up to a bar with your best buds, you have a conversation revolving around everything college football. All the conversations that take place during Thanksgiving, during Christmas, the ones that last years and years and years. You're going to be able to have that with these two other gentlemen every Friday during the fall and just talk ball, have a good vibe, have some fun, while also learn the.
And I noticed, Will, is two Big Ten guys. You're bringing in the head of the SEC to talk with you this year. Any worries about
SEC
chemistry?
Yeah, are you worried about chemistry? I'm not worried about chemistry at all. Like, again, Taylor explained it well. Your vibes are higher when you're going into work. You walk into work with a colder iced latte. The music is loud. You lean to your boys, and I'm going to say that in a Dan Orlovsky fashion, but you're like, let's flip and go. We're 24 hours away from kickoff. We're trying to encapsulate those vibes, bring it to campuses worldwide, nationwide, and you'll get to join us every Friday afternoon.
Hey, they wanted me to ask Taylor and Will this question. I'm going to ask you it. The Big Ten, will the run of dominance continue this season?
Well, Big Ten's not going to be bad this season. I got no name tag on this. Says anything about me in the SEC, mind you. But I got to look at that league, and I got to say, I see Ohio State, check. Oregon, check. Indiana, check. Virginia Ball, he's been in the SEC's court for a couple of years, if I can get serious for a second. About everything from quarterback development, but everything also about the entire nature of talking about how it means more. It's one thing to put it on a bumper sticker, like it's the other thing to play it out on the field, and they've been one-up in that department on the field. I'm not betting against the Big Ten this year, so I'm all in on the Big Ten.
Gentlemen, your response?
I couldn't agree more. Josh Pate, I think that was a great take. There are a couple teams in the SEC that can definitely get over the hump and get back to the national championship. But when you look at not only the top tier of the Big Ten, but also the middle of the pack, it just seems to grow every single year. It's very interesting to me that happened once on NIL took place. William?
Yeah, the depth of the Big Ten this year. Again, you get a Southerner, they want an ear to lean on. Any Southerner will tell you how SEC football has all the depth in the world. Yeah, Big Ten has Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana. But when you look at the Big Ten this year, it's going to get real interesting when Bryce Underwood makes the jump in year 2 with Whittingham and that new staff, bringing over Jay Hill and Beck as the OC. It's going to get real interesting with USC and Lincoln Riley. The national pressure isn't there yet, but all the ball knowers know this is a playoff or bust year out at USC, and they have an incredible roster. And that's without mentioning Iowa, who's going to get you a solid 8-9 wins every year. That's without mentioning Penn State and Campbell out creeping in the East with one of the softer schedules in the Big Ten, to where there's moments every now and then throughout the week where I can talk myself into them having a 10-plus win season. And you got Damon Williams out there in Washington. And the under-the-radar teams, yeah, people might be thinking, is Willie C going to go an entire Big Ten segment without mentioning the Nebraska Cornhuskers or UCLA with old Bob Chesney coming from JMU? They're going to be a little under-the-radar team. So the depth of the Big Ten, I'm excited to watch unfold and start competing with all these arguments and debates of the depth of the SEC.
Could I just bring up one thing right quick? Let's just remember now, Big Ten schedule-wise this year, all the big boys play each other. Ohio State draws Oregon. They draw Indiana. They go to USC. Oregon's playing Indiana. Oregon's playing USC. So there is that sort of chaos scenario. We've seen it in the SEC for a few years where everybody beats up on everybody, and then there's Penn State just
flying under
the end. There's a chaos scenario out there. It could happen.
To Will's point, I think one of the best bets on the board this season, UCLA over 5.5 wins. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Bruins and the job that Chesney's going to be able to do in year 1 in town. Commissioner Pate, next question for you. How do we feel about college football expansion? Are you happy with 12, or should we expand this thing?
If you want to expand something, expand Saturday, like expand selling fall Saturdays, ironically, which is what we're going to try and do with the table setting that we do on the show on Friday. I've always been against expanding the playoff. How about this? I've always been against the concept of creating something new and then trying to move on from the new before we see how the new works out. Like, to me, last year, 12 is incredible because 12 gave us what everyone was crying for, and that's more access, but it also gave us what I always cried for, and that is the balance of urgency. like the puckering, the feeling in the stomach that a fall Saturday gives you that maybe no other platform of sport gives you, because you know the playoff safety net's always there. So I know all the arguments. People can spare me with all the arguments. My counter is, yeah, but does it run counter to fall Saturday urgency? And if it does, I'm not for it. So just humble suggestion, can we stay at 12 for a little while? Can we just see how it goes?
Yeah, I do love the idea of 12. I like that. Before we start jumping into let's grabbing more teams, we have to identify the issues of the G5. We also have to identify the issues of the scheduling of college football. Like, do we really need conference championships anymore? And why are we waiting until Christmas time till old St. Nick comes down chimneys before we start playing the first couple of rounds of the playoffs? We need to start getting into everything a lot faster when we're playing these national championship games first week of January before we start going, hey, let's just allow everybody to get in the game.
Yeah, and also we can yell about it and scream from the mountaintop as much as we want. Nobody wants a 2014 playoff, but it seems like we're not going to get listened to anyway.
Almost nobody.
It's all about the narrow.
Well, I'll be listening. Bussin and Pate on campus also begins at the
So ESPN Bussin and Pate on campus. That new show, got college football new show, will be coming on Friday afternoon.
Everybody's just working.
On
Lots of
Friday
nobodies.
afternoon.
Just see if anybody.
It's on ESPN and ESPN2, of course. Hey.
I think it's a great take to have this time in fall camp. You look at with Dabo and last year, the expectations of their season with their quarterback, they had a Joe Moore caliber offensive line. They had NFL talent riddled all over, and they pissed down their leg the entire season. So going into this year, Clemson fans need to realize what you were before Dabo Sweeney, how much he means to that program, and then also Dabo's doing a great job of having that be a conversation in their team meetings. Hey guys, we're nobody. Everybody's sitting on us. ACC, everybody wants to talk about Miami. Let them keep doing that. We'll be nobodies, and then keep a chip on their shoulder and it keeps going forward and forward and forward. Because I mean, they haven't had a lot of success in their home openers the last couple of years. They have a big one against Lane Kiffin and LSU, so it could be a similar season to last year. I think this is a perfect approach for Dabo Sweeney right now.
Hey, man, that's like the mentality. The Clemson blueprint is not, hey, let's be favored over everyone. What made Clemson was, hey, we're the underdog. Now, small note, they were normally the underdog against like these superpower Alabama teams. So Clemson was still really good. But I want to take people back quickly to 2010 because if we had Dabo on, he would say the same thing. We just take 45 minutes. Back in 2010, they had high expectations. Fell flat. He went and hired Chad Morris as his OC. They went on a run for several years. I went over there this spring. That's what he said. He said, hey, man, you know when else we had high expectations? 2010. And it fell flat. You know what I did? I went and hired Chad Morris. It's as simple as that. Just copy-paste. So we'll be right back where we were 15 years.
You're also witnessing a man who is entering the A-gap. Like, whether we want to say it or not, he's looking down the barrel of the gun this year. And when you enter the A-gap, you got to be ready to sacrifice your life.
Again,
You gotta be ready to strip your name.
ESPN Bussin and Pate on campus, a new brand new college football show will be coming on campus on Fridays afternoons at 2 p.m. I can't even possibly wait to watch it on TV very soon to see how it will look like.
Boys, put your hands together for the always dapper Dan Orlovsky coming in complete with the Michigan bling, which Taylor, I believe you are quite familiar with here. I hate this thing.
Yeah, Dan, you look fantastic, buddy. I'll be honest with you. I was in here before we came in for the last segment. You were not wearing the earring. I just would love the people, the community, and the world and the internet to let me know, is that actually following through with the bet? Because my understanding was you were going to wear it every single day for 30 days, and now we're doing the jump on, get off. Are we doing this? Are we not doing this type of game? You still look great with the block end, brother.
Thank you. I've worn it every time that I've been on ESPN. It doesn't have to be on all day that I'm on every single show for multiple hours. It just has to be on at some point every day for a month. So I look like an absolute idiot, which I don't need help with.
Dude, you look good. What are you talking about? You look good.
I look like an idiot, dude. I look like Will in the A-gap. I can't move my neck because if I move too much, it's going to fall. So let's do this. While we have you guys, there's one more topic we wanted to hit on. Dan, let's start with you. LSU, Jaden Daniels has issued a cease and desist informing LSU it can no longer use his name, image, or likeness after sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett is wearing his jersey number 5. Jaden Daniels have a point here? I mean, yes, there's a business element attached to this that I'm sure comes into play. I also sit there and say, You know, without LSU, does Jaden Daniels become the #2 pick in the NFL draft, the Heisman Trophy winner? Unlikely. And so I understand the individual part of it. I also sit there and say, I would love for there to be an appreciation for what the community, for what the school, for what the program afforded him in his life. So I see both sides of it. Hey, the guy won a Heisman Trophy, yes. But are we retiring jerseys for wins in the ReliaQuest Car Care Bowl? Because that's where LSU went that season. I don't knock bowls. I'm not knocking the bowl. I'm just saying.
Look, in isolation, what Dan said there is accurate. There is technically logic here, I get. I think it's possible to be really penny wise, pound foolish in your strategy sometimes. Now, we assume because Jaden Daniels' name is attached to this that it was his idea. As we know, sometimes in this world, it's not your idea. Your name just gets put on it. But my problem was when Joe Burrow's name got brought up, because both are Heisman winners. And at that point, I'm just going to tell you what LSU fans will tell you. Respect Jaden Daniels, love what he did for us. You're not Joe Burrow. Your impact on this university was not Joe Burrow. And if that guy is being treated differently than you, it's because he has a different shelf on the legacy of LSU, maybe than you, or, hey, for that matter, anyone else does.
Anyone.
Yeah, I was waiting for Danio to say it. Like, what big games did he win at LSU? I get that he won the Heisman, but if we're comparing the name of Joe Burrow went 15-0. Joe Burrow threw for 1 billion touchdowns and over 9,000 yards collectively. Like, I was waiting for Danio to just look at the camera and say, what big game did Jaden Daniels win? And I get the kid is a stud. You know, I love Josh Pate's analogy that his name is kind of tied to it, because I've watched enough of Jaden Daniels to know it doesn't seem like he'd come up and say something like this.
Yeah, it really feels like, just things out of Jaden Daniels. As a football player, we all sit in the main character syndrome. We're so zoomed into our storyline. He did win a Heisman Trophy. He did have a lot of success at LSU. But unless the university, because every time you leave, there's going to be another guy that should wear your number. Unless the university says, we're retiring your number. Matt Leinart earlier this year had a company who wanted to come and wear his jersey. And he was like, absolutely not. That number is retired, so it's not going to be used at USC. When it comes to numbers, unless the university says we're going to retire this number, to me, all is fair and look.
I would have never ranked you 85 in Madden, Will. Never. Never. Shadow.